After completing this tutorial, you should be able to successfully create an expense report in Concur, including completing the report header, selecting the appropriate account string components, entering expense details, and submitting the report for approval. The following demo will walk you through the basics of creating an expense report in Concur. In this example, the user needs to create a new expense report for car rental charges incurred during a conference in Austin, Texas. The first step is to click the Start a Report button, located on the Concur homepage. The Create a New Expense Report page appears, and this is where you will enter information about the report itself, such as title, date, and business purpose. The red bars indicate required fields. In the report name field, enter a brief description of the expense. Based on your profile, the policy field defaults to the correct expense policy and cannot be changed. The report date field defaults to the current date, but can be changed by clicking the calendar button. Next, enter the business purpose for the expense. Identify why the expense is business related, and include the dates, if possible. The business purpose field supports a maximum of 64 characters, so be as concise as you can. Abbreviations are encouraged. If you do need extra space, use the comment field. The next step is to select the default account coding for expenses on the report. You can always change the coding for a specific expense at the line item level. In this example, the TUB and org fields are defaulted, based on the user's profile settings, but can be changed, if needed. For more information about assigning a default account string, refer to the Setting Up Your Profile video on the Concur training website. From here, select the appropriate codes for the remaining fields: fund, activity, subactivity, and route. When you open the drop-down menu, recently used account strings are displayed at the top of the list. Selecting one of these strings will update each field in the account string, or you can scroll down to choose a specific code for the selected field. In this example, we will manually select each code for the remaining components of the string. When you are finished entering the account coding, click the Next button. On the Report Summary page, click New Expense. On the New Expense tab, select an expense type from the list. You can also use the Expense Type field to perform a search. The New Expense tab now displays fields related to the selected expense type. Click the Calendar button, and select the date of the transaction. In the Vendor field, enter the vendor name. After entering a few characters, the system displays possible matches, based on what you've entered so far. Select the appropriate vendor from the list. Enter the city where the expense occurred. Again, the system will display matches once you begin typing, and you can select the desired city. Now, enter the total amount of the expense. Enter the number of days of the rental. In this example, the expense is for a rental of 2 days. Once the expense information is entered, save the report. The expense is saved and added to the report. Because the expense is greater than $75, the receipt required icon appears. To attach a receipt to the report, click the expense on the left side of the page. On the Expense tab, click the Attach Receipt button. The Attach Receipt screen appears. Any receipts you have uploaded already appear in the Available Receipts section. To upload a receipt from your desktop, click the Browse button. On the Choose File to Upload window, select the desired file, and then click Open. Now, click the Attach button to add it to the expense report. The receipt icon has been updated, and there are no exceptions displayed, so the report is now ready for approval. Click the Submit Report button. The final review screen appears. Review the agreement, and click Accept and Submit to formally submit the report to your approver. A confirmation message and summary appears. Click Close to go back to the Manage Expenses page. On the Manage Expenses page, you can see the report now has a status of submitted, and is pending approval. Congratulations, and thank you for completing this tutorial. As we close, here are some key reminders. When entering a business purpose for an expense, be concise. The selected expense type determines which fields need to be completed. If a receipt for an expense is not already in the Available Receipts section, you can manually upload it and attach it to a report. Additional Concur tutorials, as well as step-by-step quick reference guides for specific tasks, are available on the Concur Travel website. You can also use the Help menu within Concur to access these resources.